Hey, what's up guys? Silver Slayer. Welcome back to another video. So before we start this video, I just want to say that tomorrow we will be starting a very special series of videos that I'm going to be putting a lot of time and effort into. So I just want you guys to know that tomorrow is the start of a very special thing that will be going on my channel, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But anyways, today we'll be talking about common silver stacking mistakes. Now, these are all mistakes that the majority of people make at first when they start, and especially these are all things that mistakes I've made. They're not really mistakes. There's no such thing as a mistake when you're buying silver, because as long as you're buying it, then you're doing something right. And these are just things that they're just not very smart buys. We could say that, or just things that I kind of wish that I knew before I made that purchase, or whatever the case was for the situation. I wish I was more educated. So I'm going to teach you guys so you guys can make a more educated purchase, or whatever the situation is. So the first thing this happens to most people is impulse buying and selling. When you first get into silver and you realize that your dollar bills are basically worthless, you get really scared, and you see people on YouTube with 100-ounce unboxings, and you think you need to catch up, so you just buy insane amounts really fast. You might even go into debt, take out loans. Sometimes you'll work extra hours, or whatever the case is. And I just want you guys to know that the world's not going to end tomorrow. Silver's not going to shoot up to $300 an ounce tomorrow. It's a process, and you have time to get to where you want to be. It's not like you're on your last seconds and you need to buy it all right now. Those are more of that's more of like a scam, like a scare scam that silver companies do, so you buy right now. But once you get into it, you'll realize that it's really not like that, and you have plenty of time to catch up. But also, with the impulse selling as well, you want to make sure that you have a good amount of fiat dollar bills aside before you start buying. You should have, I forget what the number was, but someone said you should be able to buy your stack 3 to 5 times over in cash before you start actually buying silver. So you should have X amount of dollars already put away, just in case your car breaks down, or a hospital bill comes up. You don't have to sell your silver to pay for the bill. You want to make sure you have side cash stashed aside, so if you ever do need money in the future, you don't have to sell your silver. And almost always when you sell it, in this case, you're going to have to sell it at a loss, because you weren't expecting to sell it this early. You're expecting to wait a little longer till the coins appreciate in value. So now you're selling your silver and it's at a loss, when you could have avoided that whole situation by putting some money aside before you start buying. So always remember that. Impulse buying and selling, it's something that everyone, I feel like, learns to some degree. Like, I used to have a whole bunch of poured silver bars. I had I had a whole bunch of the Atlantis Mint. I had Jaeger poured silver. I had the Scottsdale bars. I had the Tombstone. I had the 10-ounce Tombstone. I had all this poured silver, but that was about 2 years ago, and I sold it all just because I was young. I just didn't really care. I wanted money. I didn't have any money put aside, and it just all ended up just getting sold. So it's sad, but it was a learning lesson, and I've came a long way since then. I feel like that was the seed that was planted to, those were the days where like I was starting to get my feet in the dirt and see what all this talk was about. So even though I sold it, I don't regret it because now that's what got me to where I am today. So anyways, next subject, well, not subject, but the next common mistake is graded modern bullion. Now this some people love this. I mean, I'm not saying you're doing it wrong if you do it this way, but there really is just not enough reason to have modern coins graded. Like for instance, this 2016 Libertad. I mean, I could go buy just a normal raw 2016 Libertad and it would have a grade of MS69 or MS70, just as long as it comes in BU from the company like APMEX or something. So I basically just paid for the slab of this coin. I could get this coin for about $10 cheaper or maybe even more if it wasn't in this slab, but I paid about $10 more because it was in the slab. So I paid for the slab, not the coin. And as some of you guys know, my motto is always pay for the coin, not the slab, because this coin is in just as good condition in raw form without the slab. So it's kind of like a deceiving scam to some degree, and there's no point. It's an MS69, so it's not even like it's a 70, which is a perfect grade, so the value's not going to appreciate that much, and it's not even an older coin. There's no point to have a 26. I could have this coin in a capsule and it would be just as good. So over the years, this coin will only appreciate. It will appreciate very, very slowly. I could have invested in maybe a key date Libertad, like a 2014 MS69 or MS70. That would be a pretty good buy, but there's just nothing going for this. So I'm not saying that it's wrong to do that. You guys can stack however you want. I'm just saying that that was a buy that really did not make a lot of sense to me. And yes, if I had the chance, I would go back in time to make a better educated purchase. So another mistake a lot of people do is putting their stack at risk, even if they don't realize they are. You have to remember that when it comes to silver and gold, you have to remember that you have gold and you have silver, and a lot of it, and a lot of people have never seen that much in their life before. So if you're telling someone or showing someone, they're gonna feel obligated to tell other people because it's cool to them. They're like, oh my gosh, like that is so cool, like blah blah blah. And someone's out at the bar one night and the topic comes up of investments or gold or something, and then they're not even thinking, they have good intentions, but they're like, oh yeah, blah 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 has a whole bunch of gold coins or a whole bunch of silver, I saw it was so cool, and he had them in these capsules, and he had pre-1900, and they're just excited to tell the other person, but then the other person might have ulterior motives, like, oh, they do? Where do they live again? What's their address? Or maybe that person then tells someone else, and then, down the grapevine, someone might have the wrong intentions to learn more about your stack or what exactly that you have or where you live. So you have to be careful because, sometimes people aren't thinking that people view that everyone else views the world as their own perception, and that's not the case. Sometimes people are being nice and just want to have a good conversation, but the other person on the other side of the conversation is having ulterior motives. So just really be careful for that. I remember there was this huge story on YouTube. This guy got like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of gold stole from his house, and they think it's an inside job. And it was just devastating that someone broke in and got right to business, and all of his life savings in gold was just gone like that, probably because he told the wrong person. So just be careful of that. Another mistake is time and patience. Best thing I could say for this is buy low, sell high. Don't buy high and sell low. Timing and patience is everything. If you're going to make a purchase, make sure you see what the markets are doing right now. Make sure that you don't think that it might go down in a couple of days where you could save yourself some money. And also be patient if you're looking for a coin and you know, it's really popular right now. You might want to wait a little bit and see if it goes down, because a lot of times these coins, while there's a buzz going around, and they're out of stock, and you know, until they restock, the coins will be really high in price because people are willing to pay that. But then after a while, after the smoke settles, you can find the coin on eBay for a little bit of a more reasonable price. But that can also be pretty difficult to predict, because sometimes it does the opposite and the coins increase in value over time. So it depends on the coin, and you really have to be careful with that. But patience is key to everything. You know, you want to make sure you set like a monthly budget to, you don't have to always buy hundreds of ounces all the time, or you know, maybe just say I'm gonna buy myself 10 ounces of silver a month, or you know, 5 ounces a week, or whatever your financial situation is. You know, patience is key, and that goes with selling as well. You know, if you want to sell, maybe say, you know, I'm going to sell a third of my stack over the next 5 years, and then, you know, you know, whatever the case is. So patience is something that I've learned about silver stacking as well. You know, when it comes to higher coins or higher premium coins, or even like gold, for instance, I'm gonna have to really, you know, save up a couple paychecks to make one purchase. I'm not gonna, you know, always be able to buy when I want to buy. I'm gonna have to put money aside and wait and learn patience to be able to make to gain the funds to make the purchase that I want. So those are just a couple of common mistakes people make. Like I said, they're not really mistakes. They're more just things that I wish I would have known before I went through that experience. So I'm just sharing them so you guys can maybe, you know, save yourself from that. So like I said, guys, stay tuned for tomorrow. I have a really cool video series coming out. It's gonna be my biggest project on this channel so far, and I really am excited for this because I feel like it has potential to really help a vast majority of people, especially in the silver world. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like and support the silver YouTube community. Support my channel. I put a lot of time and thought into my channel, and when you guys support it, it really helps me, you know, validate that I'm doing something good, and just help spread the video around to other people who also you know, need to hear about this way to view money, as we call it. And also subscribe for more videos like this as well. So thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.